I'm going to be ranking the best value cards right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. We have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 25 to 30 of the best value cards right now in Myteam. If you guys don't know what I mean by value, I consider a good value card a card that goes for like a certain price tag for how good they do play in game. So for example, of a really good value card in the game, I like to use this example is a Garuba Marc Gasol, right? Marc Gasol is maybe a top 5 center in the game, or he's somewhere around that 5 to 10 range, and he only goes for about 70,000-80,000 MT compared to some other center cards like a Shaquille O'Neal. They go for still 200-300k plus MT. So it's going to be cards that are really good for their price tag. So some budget cards, some mid-level cards, and then even some expensive cards that we'll talk about here in a second that I do think have really good value for their price tag and then how well they do play in game. So first card here is going to be the Galaxy Antoine Jamison. For example, he's a really good, budget shooting guard in the game who can also play small forward, and he's only about 10,000 MT, maybe a little bit more expensive, depending on the time of the day. But yeah, he's 6'8" at the shooting guard position, 7'4" wingspan, and Antoine just has such a great jump shot with the Cal Korver base, the Carmelo Anthony upper on very quick timing. It's just such a fast jump shot and also super easy to green. The one big flaw with this card though, his dribble sigs really aren't the best, only having the pro size up and the Chris Paul escape. So that'd be like my, one big upgrade for Antoine is if he had better dribble sigs, but all around great stats and badges. And I think he's probably going to be somewhere in the B tier category. AK-47. Is he S tier? I don't know if this card's still an S tier, but a value card in the game. He most likely is because he's only about 50,000 MT and he's still a top 5 small forward in the game for most people. Like, yeah, there's Bol, now there's Chet, there's like KG, Scalabrini, but then I think you probably go AK after that. So I would say AK is going to be somewhere still in the A tier category. For a card that only goes for 50,000 MT, he's still going to be extremely good in game. I think Bamba probably going to be somewhere in the A tier category. I think he's really good for only being about 10-15,000 MT, maybe a little bit more for his hero version, maybe like 15 to 20k, but that is still extremely good value for this pink diamond Bamba, a 7-foot center card who can also play power forward. He's got a 7'10" wingspan, and he's just going to bring that defense and size to your lineup. He's got a 95 interior defense, 96 block, 90 steal, 88 perimeter, tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges, all around super athletic card with 92 speed, 92 acceleration, and I think he's going to be an elite defender for only, like I said, 15 to 20k for his hero version. Talking about Thurl Bailey, I think he's probably also going to be in the S tier category. Very similar card to AK, where they're going to be great defenders, both around 50,000 MT. They bring great defense to the table and both have really quick jump shots and can still be effective on the offensive end. Hassan Whiteside, a really good budget center in the game. I'm just not too sure about his jump shot. So I think Hassan Whiteside is a great defender, great rebounder, and he just brings size like Bamba, but I would definitely take Bamba over Hassan Whiteside, just mainly due to his way better jump shot. I find it a little bit hard to agree with this on Whiteside sometimes, so I think he's still a great value card for only about 5 to 10,000 MT. I think he's going to be somewhere in the C tier category. Shane Battier, I would say he's probably somewhere in B tier. Like, he's a really good 3-and-D card, just like Antoine Jamison, but brings a little bit more defense to the table. He's 6'8" at the 2, just like Antoine, and he also does have a good player model, but the main difference is he's got elite defensive stats with a 90 block, 97 steal, 97 lateral quickness, 97 perimeter, 94 interior defense. He's got tons and tons of good Hall of Fame defensive badges. You look at his tendencies, he's got a 97 on-ball steal, 97 contest shot, 97 block shot, so pretty much perfect defensive tendencies. And then also his jump shot's pretty good. He's got the Garland size up, the Steph Curry escape, which are some of the best dribble sigs in the game. All around an absolute beast at that small forward and shooting guard position. I do like how he's super versatile as well, able to play both the small forward and the shooting guard position. Elgin Baylor, I think, is a great point guard. I just think there's going to be some better cards here on this tier list. Now, he's not a bad card at all. I think Elgin Baylor is a great card, and every single card, even if they're going to be in the C tier category, I still think is an amazing value and just an amazing card in the game. There's just so many other great point guards that are around Elgin Baylor's price tag. For example, we'll see like an Isaac Bonga, right? I think Isaac Bonga is probably slightly better than Elgin, at least in my opinion, and they go for around the same price, around 10,000 MT. So I would personally throw Isaac Bonga just because of his size in the B tier category, being 6'8" with an elite level jump shot. I think Bonga is probably going to be somewhere in B tier. Jonathan Bender, I still think because he's 7 foot, you got to put him in A tier. I mean, he's got a great jump shot. He's got really good dribble sigs. He's a 7 foot power forward, a card that also can play small forward. 7 foot 4 wingspan. Stats and badges are still super well rounded. And this card only goes for about 30 to 40,000 MT. If he's cheaper on some days like Fridays, he goes for only about 30k. Sometimes he maybe goes for a little bit more, about 40 to 45k. But even for both those price tags, I think he's going to be extremely good value at the small forward position, mainly just due to his size and a really good jump shot. Big Z, I think I'm gonna throw Big Z in A tier because it really comes down to your playstyle. The card can either be S tier or potentially even B tier depending on how you play in game and what you need from your small forward shooting guard and just how you run your specific lineup. Because if you use this card to his most advantage, like you take the most out of Big Z and you run a really good lineup around him, he can be super effective in game. And yes, I know he goes for a lot of MT, and that's why it's only going to be an A tier, just because his value is a little bit more than like an AK and Thurl Bailey. And I think those cards for most people are probably going to give you a little bit more in game just due to their athleticism and size and defense. But Big Z 7'3" at the small forward and shooting guard position, so you can really take advantage of his height and really run a unique lineup and just have really good cards around him, and he can be a super effective masher. I would say DeMarcus Cousins probably going to be in C tier. Not a bad power forward card, just going to be a little bit weaker than some of the power forwards and just cards on this tier list. Once again, don't think he's a bad card necessarily. Think he's probably going to be somewhere in C tier. Luol Deng, I'm gonna go A tier. I mean, the man is about 25k, maybe even 20,000 MT now. I think he's dropped a little bit, so 20 to 25k for Luol Deng, and you get great size at that small forward and shooting guard position. The way that I kind of look at Luol Deng, he's just a slightly better version of Shane Battier. I like his jump shot a little bit more, and they have the pretty much exact same dribble sigs. They move very similar in game, and I think they're also very similar on the defensive end. So I'll throw Luol Deng somewhere in that A tier category, and then keep Shane Battier in B tier for now. Talking about another B tier value card, I think you got to go with Usman Deng, 6'10" at the 1, 7'2" wingspan, gonna bring elite level defense and just size at the point guard position. And I think Usman Deng for only about 12 to 15k is going to be extremely good value at that point guard position. Taco Fall, easy S tier card, no debate about it. I mean, the reason why he's on a value card tier list is because, yes, I know he goes for like 200, 250, 300,000 MT depending on the time of the day, but he's still going to be one of the best cards in my team and one of the only few power forwards and just big man card under 500k that can guard the Manute Bulls, guard the Yao Mings, all these tall power forwards and centers. You're going to need a card like Taco Fall to combat all those giants in the game. So if you want a runnable power forward, a guy that's got great size, he can match, he can defend, he's 7'6" at the power forward position, 8'2" wingspan, has an elite level player model, I think you got to go with Taco Fall as one of the best value cards in the game. Hedo Turkoglu, I'm gonna throw A tier for now. 6'10" at the 1, elite level jump shot with the John Stockton base, the Trae Young upper on very quick timing. Has a great jump shot, and then also pretty good dribble sigs with the Lowry size up, the Curry escape, so he can move at a decently high level. But mainly for Hedo Turkoglu, just going to be a 6'10" point guard with an amazing release. Talking about Joe Ingles, I would say once again slightly better than Elgin Baylor. I think he's got a good jump shot, 6'8" at the 1, very similar to a card in Isaac Bonga. KPJ, do you go KPJ A tier? I think you kind of do. He's only about 30,000 MT, maybe even 25k nowadays, and he is one of the best offensive point guards in my team. He's just got such a good jump shot, good dribble sigs, but it really just mainly comes down to that jump shot and it being one of the best releases in my team. Kyle Kuzma, I think you also got to go in the A tier category. An amazing small forward offensively as well. Just like KPJ at point guard, that's going to be very similar to Kuzma at the small forward position. He's just going to have an elite level release at the small forward position, and then great all-around stats and badges, and he does have pretty good dribble sigs with the Kyle Lowry size up and the Trae escape. So Kuzma, I think, is going to be an A tier value card on the same level as like a Jonathan Bender, Luol Deng at the small forward position. I think Marc Gasol is going to be S tier. I mean, he's one of the best centers in the game, like I mentioned, and he only goes for about 70, 80k at most, and I think he's such an elite center card in the game. Like, if you guys are looking for a center, maybe not to compete against the Yao Mings and the Manute Bulls, but to compete against the Dikembe Mutombos, the Brook Lopez's, the Kristaps Porzingis's, I think Marc Gasol is probably your best bet in stopping some of those cards. And then he's going to be great on the offensive side of things as well, having an elite level jump shot, good speed, and can also pass the ball as well. Pink Diamond Peter, I think you got to throw somewhere in the A tier category. Just another great center who's got good size, 7'2" with a 7'10" wingspan, plays elite level defense, and does have a money jump shot. Michael Red, I'm gonna go probably high B tier. He still brings great offense to the table, you know, only about 10,000 MT and gonna be a great offensive shooting guard. I just think there's slightly better shooting guards like Ricky Davis, who I'll definitely throw at least in the A tier category. I mean, Ricky still got that elite level jump shot with the Oscar Robertson upper, the Seth Curry base on very quick timing is such a money jump shot, and he's still one of the better 3 hunters in the game, you know, for his price tag of only about 60 to 65k. Richard Jefferson, I want to throw an A tier. I'm gonna go B tier for now. I think he's slightly better than Michael Red and Shane Battier and Antoine Jamison at shooting guard, but I don't know if he's in the A tier category. I do think I'm gonna keep him probably in B tier for now. Robert Williams, a great defensive card. I do like this card a lot on defense, and just the size he brings for the small forward position, he's just gonna be a little bit limited on offense. You know, 6'9" or 6'8" at the small forward position, 7-foot wingspan, pretty much perfect defensive stats and badges. Tendencies are also great for the block shot and the contest shot. It's just this jump shot really isn't the best in my opinion, so I need to have some cards in C tier, and I do think Robert Williams is going to be somewhere in that C tier category. Jalen Rose, I think you got to go A tier, 6'8" at the 1, 7-foot wingspan, great jump shot, at least in my opinion. He's got the perfect dribble sigs with the Steve Francis size up. He's got the tray escape, you know, all around great stats and badges, and then also does have great defensive tendencies. I think Brian Scalabrine is going to be S. I think Scalabrine is an absolute amazing small forward card. You know, with his new jump shot, I think it's actually such a money release. It's just Jonathan Bender's jump shot, but going to be on very quick timing because it's the Montrezl Harrell base, the Trae Young upper on very quick timing. Then he's also got the perfect dribble sigs, just like what was the other card? Jalen Rose, just like Jalen Rose. Steve Francis size up, tray escape, Deng behind the back, quick drops off 1, front clutches. They literally gave this man perfect defensive tendencies. He's got basically perfect stats and badges, all around a great 6'9" small forward, and I think for his price tag about 100,000 MT, he's going to be one of the best value cards in my team. Tony Kukoc, I'll throw in B tier, plays good at the small forward position, just really wish he had a better jump shot. Tyson Chandler, if you got Mo Bamba in A, I think you also have to have Tyson Chandler in A. Great size at that center position and does have, you know, a capable jump shot where he still can consistently green in game. Jared Wallace and Xavier McDaniel to round off the tier list. I think both these cards probably going to be in B tier. Maybe Xavier does go down to C tier, but I do think Jared Wallace at the shooting guard position is such a good two-way shooting guard in games. Yeah, guys, that's going to be my best value card tier list in my team. Let me know in the comment section down below what do you guys think about it. Maybe some other value cards that I missed and you guys want to see where I'd rank, and just let me know what you guys think about my best value card tier list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.